Good morning, Living Waters, and welcome to our time of coffee together. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. We are exploring, we had the Song of Ascents in the sermon, Psalm 120 to 134, specifically 130 for us. Was the appointed text, which I thought fit nicely in this in-between time that we're with the COVID crisis and ascending out of it with God's deliverance. But instead of, I could have done let's look at 5 passages where we see God's ascending action. I feel like we've done that kind of thing before. Let's spice it up a little, okay? I was thinking, Jesus, God incarnate, the Word made flesh with us, who abided with us. Gotta get abide in there. Check that out, the bingo sheet. God lived that in-between time with us, right? That time in between the promise of salvation and the deliverance of salvation, right? In fact, I think God and Jesus Christ embodied the ascended action that the Psalms lift up. In fact, when we went through Psalm 130 on Sunday, we went through 5 little highlights I lifted up to show kind of attempted to show the ascending action of the psalm. And so, there are 5 days for our time together, and so that's what we're going to do. So the first was, out of the depths we cry to God. Okay? How did Jesus embody this? I turn us to Mark chapter 14, verses 32 through... Sorry, I got a phone call in the middle of recording that one. We're back. So... Mark chapter 14, verse 32 for 42. Jesus embodies says, out of the depths I cry to you, or we cry to God. Gethsemane. And I chose the Mark translation because I think it better speaks to what we're talking about this week, but you could use any of the Gospels. Jesus says to them, I'm deeply grieved, even to death. Remain here and keep awake, right? This is the depths, right? That's what we're talking about. And again, in the prayer itself, in verse 36, Abba, Father, for you all things are possible. Remove this cup from me. Yet not what I want, but what you want. Or some will translate, your will, not my will, but your will be done. Anyway, this is, again, he says, keep away. It may not come into the time of trial. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Does that not sound like the depths, right? The struggle? Anyway. This is a moment where I see that Jesus is distressed, that Jesus is in a hard time, and Jesus is reaching out to God to model this Trinitarian relationship with us, right? So when we're talking about God's ascending action towards out of the pandemic, right? God's bringing us out of it. Jesus lived with us in the depths. Jesus reached out to God when the times were hard. In the Garden of Gethsemane. Okay. We'll hit the other 4 foci of the Psalm 130. So come back tomorrow and we'll keep going.